today we're gonna be trying and rating some of the most viral street food that I could find. From rice balls straight out of anime, a giant strawberry shaved ice, to cubed wagyu on a stick set on fire. This video is definitely gonna make you hungry. So smash that like button, put your shoes on, and let's go to the fish market. Nothing fixes jet lag like raw seafood at 7 in the morning. But here's the thing, Tsukiji isn't just a fish market. This place is massive. I'm talking everything from fresh tuna the size of a small car, to wagyu on sticks, to the most perfect strawberries that are sold by size. Mochi balls, matcha stands, sushi, everything looked too good to be true. When we arrived, it wasn't even that busy yet. Pro tip, if you're going to the fish market, go early. So the first thing that caught my eye were these rice balls on a stick. The ones I've literally only seen in anime, and they were being prepared fresh right in front of me. These are dango mochi balls. They grilled them over a fire and then dipped them into this shiny sweet soy glaze, and they look so good. Crispy edges with a glossy top, and they smelled delicious. But then I went to go take a bite, and yeah, my reaction says it all. Wasn't for me. The glaze was doing too much. It was like sweet and savory at the same time.
It's not that good. I don't like the sauce.
5 stars for aesthetic, 2 stars for taste. Not my favorite. Since we were in Japan, of course I was craving seafood. And then we saw these giant crab legs. And then another stand of giant crab legs. We must be in the giant crab leg department. After we passed the 3rd stand with giant crab legs, I was like, maybe I should order some giant crab legs. Why not? We're here for the tasting. I got 1 giant crab leg with a skewer of eel. And the crab itself, unreal. So fresh, it felt illegal. Like, I didn't even know how to eat this thing.
That was good because brown. They make it satisfying. It's not very satisfying.
This is clearly a 2-hand job, so I put down the camera and tore it apart. The eel looked so delicious when they were cooking it, but when they served it to me, they drowned it in eel sauce. Absolutely unnecessary. Sticky, sweet, too aggressive for me.
That was good, yeah.
It was still good. I'm gonna give it 4 stars just because the eel sauce was doing too much. It wouldn't be a fish market without some giant tunas. And they were carving these massive slabs of tuna, like art sculptures. But the only option was buying a brick of tuna. And I don't think my pockets were big enough for a 2-pound chunk of tuna. So sadly, I had to walk away. And then we came across this fried stand at the market. And they had deep fried everything. Fish cakes, corn cakes. What are these things made of? Are they even good though? So the squid was a little sus. Same soy glaze as before. And I already told you how I felt about that glaze. My face says everything. It was not my favorite. You know, the texture of that head wasn't doing me any favors either. 1 out of 5. But the corn cake. I'm gonna give you a second. Look at this thing. Absolute redemption arc. I didn't have very high expectations for this thing, but it tasted like corn and fish cake mashed together, shaped like corn on the cob, and deep fried to perfection. It was crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside, and tasted like a corn on the cob if the cob was chewy. 4 stars. You wanna know why this got 4 stars? I looked over and then I saw the lady pulling them straight out of plastic packages and frying them. I thought these were handmade at the market. Anyways, on to the next food stand. It wasn't long before we found some sushi. And this is some of the freshest sushi in the world. A lot of the restaurants and food stands in Japan use very realistic food replicas to show off the items on the menu. So my friend got the fatty tuna nigiri and we each took a bite. 5 stars, no notes, just melts in your mouth. It's perfect. Good old respectful fish.
It's a vending machine with sushi in it. You can get grapes in the vending machine. Wait, should we try this out or do they just bring it out? I think they just bring it out for you.
You know the real reason I was here? I was on a mission looking for the wagyu stand that I remembered from last time. And then this random guy hands me a fistful of dried fruit samples and I'm walking around like a raccoon with snacks until we find it. The wagyu looked like Minecraft meat. Pixelated. It was perfect. It was beautiful. We ordered a stick and then the chef torched it until the outside was crispy brown and the meat was sizzling. I was standing there like, wow, look at that thing sizzle. The wagyu stand also had a built-in restaurant, which was stunning. The waitresses were wearing kimonos, but they said you couldn't sit there unless you ordered more. So while waiting for the wagyu, we got more sushi because honestly, to make this trip worth it, we needed to eat our body weight in sushi. And again, that bite, 5 stars. And then lo and behold, the wagyu was ready, and of course the camera eats first. Look at that, golden, crispy edges, juicy on the inside. I couldn't like just bite into it. I took a whole cube. It was buttery, smoky, rich, literally melts in your mouth worth meat. But the wagyu is dangerous because it's so fatty. I will get a tummy ache if I eat any more than this. So we shared the entire stick, which was honestly the perfect amount. Today is for tasting. I have to try as many foods as possible. So right next to the wagyu place, there was a sign that said gluten-free souffle pancakes and matcha. Those are the two things that you could lure me into a sketchy white van, like How to Catch a Leah. Gluten-free pancakes and matcha. But they weren't open yet. Winter in Japan, strawberries are in season. So there were strawberry stands everywhere. And we had to grab the strawberry custard mochi balls because it was my friend's first time in Japan, and obviously you have to try these. Last time I got the red bean ones, I wasn't too crazy about them, but the custard one, oh my goodness, look at that pull. Chewy, stretchy. It was a little warm too.
Oh my god, the custard one is so good.
It's got that perfect bounce when you bite into it. I know I don't make it look very satisfying when I bite into it. I need to work on that. It was so tasty. And then the matcha place opened up and I knew they were legit because they had an actual matcha grinder. So I ordered a matcha latte thinking, it'd be all right. I was not ready.
Guys, you might be wondering why there's all these weird angles. It's because I have two human tripods with me. Let's see if this is actual good matcha.
This matcha was a deep, grassy, rich, green goodness.
Wow, this is amazing. This is such good matcha. It tastes so fresh. I think they grind this right here. It's not as good as Archive of Us though.
And the milk was from Hokkaido, aka where the best milk in Japan comes from. Like it was clean, creamy, and smooth. Oh my goodness, it was good milk. Good matcha. Might be some of the best matcha I had in Japan, honestly. We also got the strawberry shaved snow. It came out first and I was not expecting this big chungus dessert at 9 a.m. in the morning. But we all shared it and it was amazing. It was not too heavy. I mean, it was mostly ice. And the strawberry syrup was the real deal. And the souffle pancakes came out. And look at these. They were fluffy, jiggly clouds. Can we get a jiggle check? Do it jiggle? It do. It had a pourable strawberry sauce on the side. The sauce was so delicious. It was not like fake sweet. It tasted like blended up strawberries. I was actually blown away with how good this random cafe was. Everything was perfect. 5 stars. And when we walked back outside, the market was packed. Absolute chaos, so we escaped. And then somehow ended up at a wiener dog meetup. Yeah, Japan is pretty magical. So I don't even like Starbucks like that, but my friend wanted to try their new drink. So we went in with him and the pastries looked so much better than they do in America. So of course I had to try the matcha cream cake. Look how pretty that looks. We don't have nothing like that. We got 2-day-old crusty croissants in the display. So I took a bite, I tasted it, but it literally tasted like Cool Whip and matcha dust.
It's basically just cream.
2 stars. Pretty, but she lied. Speaking of matcha, every city I visit, I have to try the best matcha. And supposedly this one was in Asakusa. Everybody said Hatoya matcha was the best. So the first day, we drove past the line. It was insane. So I ended up waiting 40 minutes. The girl in front of me ordered this black matcha, which I had never heard of before. While everybody's matcha is being made, people were pulling out cinematic mode on their phones to record this matcha making. It's pretty serious. So I ordered their hand-ground matcha latte and this silly little drink with homemade matcha whipped cream and seasonal strawberry puree. And when I tell you, worth every second. I'm not even crazy about sweet drinks like this, but it was so delicious. I love an unsweetened matcha with a little something on top. This was the perfect little treat. I know I was only supposed to eat street food, but I had to break the rule once. I had to go to my favorite gluten-free bakery, Kome-en. This place has the best gluten-free pastries in Japan. I picked up quite the haul. Make sure you stick around until the end of the video to see everything I got. We found another gluten-free bakery where I got the most insane squishy bread. It was wrapped in plastic and still warm. I stood in the sunlight, ate it outside in the store. This is getting 5 stars. I don't really see this place on anybody's list, but a must-do thing on my list every time I go to Japan is Tokyo Food Show, which is basically a giant indoor food festival with everything from luxury desserts to gourmet street food to a grocery store with the most expensive fruit. They have everything here. And I got one of those viral Mont Blanc desserts. The ones that look like spaghetti, but it's actually made of chestnut paste. So I saved it for later. That's a sit on the couch and tear apart kind of dessert. And then we took the subway home because it's cheap, it's so easy. And honestly, sometimes faster than Uber. Like Tokyo public transportation is elite. So we're back at the Airbnb and I want to show you what I got from this bakery. I tried the olive bread. Oh my goodness. crispy crust that cracks when you tear it. It's like chewy on the inside. Like cheese that has melted and then crisped up, and salty olives baked right into the pastry. It was savory, it was warm, it was the perfect late night snack. Oh my god, this is insane. I have never had anything like this. Now this looked like a bagel, but they didn't call it a bagel. They just called it a pecan chocolate circle. This actually does not look that great, but it was so delicious. If you are ever in Japan, do yourself a favor and buy a chocolate pastry. It is so much different than anything chocolate in America because it's not that sweet, and all you taste is like the rich chocolatey flavor. And then one of my favorite things at this bakery was the melon bread. This is probably the only place in Japan where you can get a gluten-free melon bread, and I know they have giant ones of these at the 7-Elevens, the konbinis, but this one was like a delicious sugar cookie, but it was like soft and fluffy on the inside. This next thing was a walnut custard cake, and I've never had anything like this before. It almost looked like a cheese pull. Oh my goodness, this looked so good. And usually I don't care for cakes at bakeries. Like I usually want pastries or things you can't really easily make at home, but that was delicious. The crunchy walnuts paired with like the moist cake and the custard filling was just perfect. I'm taking another bite and I'm saving the rest for later. And then I believe these are called a cannelli. I'm not sure how to say these, but these are a French pastry. It's basically like a spongy little pastry. You'll see when I take a bite how it kind of just like folds, and it's so spongy and sweet on the inside. It's kind of like taking a bite out of a mochi. The outside shell is kind of hard, crispy on the outside. This was a 10 out of 10. Amazing pastry. And of course, the last thing I had to have while in Japan was an egg salad sandwich. They call these the egg salad sandos, and I saw them put a whole egg in this. Let me lift this bread so you can see the inside. Yes, there is a whole egg in there, and it was delicious. They did cut up a soft boiled egg and then put it on the inside. When I tell you I devoured this thing immediately. Like, I am done with the sweets. Give me the savory. I need some actual food. Give me some protein. But anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button in the face. I am working on a couple of other food vlogs, so be sure to look out for those.
And make sure you turn on notifications. Click, click.
And subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.